Sagittarius, welcome into your new moon and Leo reading. Hello, I'm Lauren the Mystic. I am so happy to be here with you, and we're going to take a look at the theme of this new moon for you. We're going to pull some tarot about the energies that are showing up, and we're also going to pull some guidance messages, some oracle cards to support you on your journey, hopefully. Right off the bat, Sagittarius, you are coming into this reading with the energy of the angel. The angel is your guidance card and your theme of this new moon energy. Beautiful card of protection for you, Sagittarius. Sensing intuitively that this is a difficult time for the Sagittarian collective I'm tuning into. So, small introduction before we get started in your reading. I'm Lauren the Mystic. Again, if you're new to this channel, if you've been guided into this reading, that means there's a message here for you. I do recommend you listen in for your sun, your moon, and your rising or your ascendant sign to get more of the story that's unique to you. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support as I build and grow this channel. I really, truly appreciate you. And if any of you would like a personal reading, I do now finally have those available, and I'll drop the link below over at Hipsy. The more I can grow my channel, the more I can go live, and I really look forward to that. So I would really appreciate your support. That being said, this is a general collective reading. Not everything is going to fit your story or your unique circumstances. So shift the energy as needed, and let's begin. So the angel is a beautiful card, Sagittarius, about being protected, about being guided right now, about manifesting new miracles, new opportunities, being in this state of transformation right now, where you're really guided from a state of spiritual protection, angelic protection, on your path forward. It's symbolized also with this butterfly and this rainbow that signifies the light after a storm, and a state of transformation and growth. And so moving into that faith, that forces of love are not only surrounding you, but they're guiding you and they're protecting you on the journey. Let's tune into tarot and see what else the cards have to say. All right. Thanks, Sagittarius, for being patient with that. I do that manually. I don't have one of those fancy cameras yet, but in order for you to now see the cards, here we go. Let's get into your tarot and tune into the energy showing up for you with this Leo new moon. What is the angel for Sagittarius, please, Spirit? Show us clearly this angel energy, this protected energy surrounding our beautiful Sagittarius. Sun, moon, and rising, or any major Sagittarius placement. Show us clearly, please, Spirit, for Sagittarius. Let's see. What do we have, darlings? We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Justice, Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords here. So something's been incredibly difficult for you to move through. Really stressful, very, very much. You've been potentially up in your head, a lot of worries, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress about things that are going on. It could be the circumstances, turn of events in your life. It could be about some news or information that you have heard. Something has you really stressed out. And what's interesting, is that there's this back and forth energy showing up where it's like you've been dealing with something moving incredibly slow, not moving at all, and then something really quickly taking place, fast changes, fast movement, and slow, right? And then we've got this need here to stand in your truth, to speak your truth. There could have been a situation where you've really had to stand in your own power, integrity, tune into your intuitive knowing, allow yourself to be guided by that aspect of you. And that's repeated here with the Justice card about some kind of karma, some kind of shift, something coming due, something coming into balance, the truth being revealed, standing in your truth, the need for fairness, the need for just equity, right? Justice is also a card of Saturn, which is a card of time. So it could be that something has run its course, that there was time was up on something. And throughout this entire process, what Spirit is wanting you to know most clearly is that you are divinely protected and guided right now. Whether you feel it or not, the energy is for you to stand in your power, your truth, your integrity, to show, to not only pour into your own heart space and continue to stand firm in your truth, but to show that heart, that open-hearted aspect, apply it to the situation, whatever this might be. So this is a general reading. Of course, Sagittarius, this could be a circumstance at work, a circumstance with family. It's something significant, though, where it's really testing you. It could be within a relationship, within a friendship group, within a community of some kind, where it's almost like whatever wasn't moving along, there's been this back and forth energy. It's really tested you, but you are in your power. In this reading, you're standing, male or female, regardless of gender and gender identification. These are energies. And so this is you in that power. All right, Spirit, show us. Okay, thank you. Let's get them all. Show us the Knight of Swords, please, Spirit. What are the tensions there? Okay. Queen of Swords. Oops, sorry about that, Sag. I just hit the mic. And one more for this Ace of Cups for Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, what we're doing now is we are pulling guidance. This is angel guidance, spirit guidance on how you can work with how the energy is showing up. Okay, so take it or leave it if you'd like to. This is guidance on how you can set your intentions, how you can focus and work with the energy that's showing up on the table. So we're going to go through that. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Air. Yeah. So things are getting ready to move for you. They're coming through. There's going to be a lot of creative solutions. And what I'm getting here is that this is going to be flowing in through your intuitive knowing, through this moon space. And it's your angels actually are bringing this in for you. So whether you believe that or not, just tune into the idea of any angels, any ancestors supporting you in this lifetime, your own concepts of spirit guides or God, source, spirit, the universe that is communicating to you through likely signs, symbols, and your own intuition. And so this is spirit here is saying this is happening. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just go through this one by one. Knight of Pentacles, this slow moving energy, whatever has felt slow, it's needed to be that way because Spirit is saying you were being slowed down on purpose so that you would take time to heal. Something occurred that has created great sadness, a need to grieve the loss. Just seeing this light is all messed up. Okay. you've needed to grieve the loss of something. And there's also something here about forgiveness. This could be family. This could be friends. It's 3 or more, okay? Something has happened where you may have needed to grieve the sadness and the loss, and also take a look at your own participation in the relationship. Take some energetic accountability in the relationship. And so Spirit is saying this low energy that's showing up in your life is in relationship to not doing that. And so this is a sign with the 3 of air to set some intentional time up to grant yourself the permission to grieve, to heal, to take the time that you need to take to find forgiveness for yourself if that's needed, for another or a situation or circumstance, whatever it might be, whatever's resonating for you, Sag. For the Knight of Swords, this fast, passionate, quick energy, it's interesting because we've got the Hermit as the advice and the intention setting guidance. So perhaps this push-pull is your desire to charge forward, to move on, to move past the pain, a desire to move past the pain. And Spirit is saying, no, my darling Sag, it is time for you to be the hermit, to go within, to master self, to spend time in meditation, to find that inner peace within self, because Spirit is actually speaking to you. And you know what, my darlings, if we don't slow down enough, we're not able to hear clearly the messages. So there is a spiritual up-leveling here. There is a discovery and expansion that your angels, your guides, your ancestors are guiding you into. But it requires you to face this and to open up into the fact that this connection exists potentially, or to open further into a greater level of comfort of going within. It could be that this Knight of Swords energy is representing your own nervous system reactivity to a difficult situation that you've required angelic protection and assistance and healing from, right? So this could be something like a flight response. Like, I can't sit in this energy. It's too uncomfortable. I need to charge forward. I need to move ahead. And Spirit is saying, no, tune into your power, tune into your intuition, stand in your power. And with that, we've got the 6 of fire, which is your victory, darling. When you do this, when you embody this energy, which is a highly intuitive person, listening to their intuition, acting accordingly, standing in their truth, their power, and their integrity, knowing they are guided rightly. You know why? Because they've got their angels, ancestors, and spirit on their side, because they've got God, source, the universe on their side. So they know they're guided to their success, their victory. Okay? This is a passionate victory. This is symbolizing you focusing on the positive, focusing on standing in your power and knowing that the victory is yours. Thanking this victory in advance, Sagittarius. Being that manifester, okay? With the Justice card here, we've got 5 of air. So again, we're back to a situation that this is definitely something where Spirit is saying, either you or someone else, there was an unwise decision here. And there's something that needs to be learned from the situation. There's some kind of review of motives, review of intentions. Why did we choose the way that we chose? Why did we act the way we acted? Why did we say the things that we said? Why did this happen? but it's in relationship to this unwise choice. And so we are currently in Mercury retrograde during this new moon in Leo. So what this could be doing is initiating for you some greater sense of clarity, justice, and fair things being aligned, things coming to the surface, things coming to light, things being resolved in a fair and balanced way, where if there was something that happened that was unfair, unjust, either making that right and bringing balance into that, or applying the forgiveness that's needed, not for necessarily the other person or situation, but for yourself, so that you can move on into this victory, right? So something is in the works that's being protected, but it's not here yet. And there's something that you need to review within yourself. And you're doing it from a diplomatic space of taking that step aside, the sidestep to the ego, right? You're sidestepping your own ego in order to actually objectively look at, well, this is how I contributed, and this is how the other party showed up or contributed. You know, shift or change that story around however you need. But the point is, you're looking into motives, including your own. You're looking into the action steps. And there is something that brings this sense of mourning and grief with it. Under the Ace of Cups, what we have is, I love this. Okay, you know, what's just coming through right now for me, Sag, is that following this process, right? Something's underway is my feeling, and something's going to come to light, but also in a dark moon, we're in darkness. So the seeds, it would seem, that you are firmly planting is for truth, fairness, integrity, karma, justice to be served. Okay. You're bringing that up into the light. You're bringing the clarity, what needed to be known, right? You're bringing that forward. So whether that's from your own internal sense, or whether you're calling that in and it's protected, that it's going to come to you, potentially even from an outside source. Once you move past this, right, you are going to be achieving your Ace of Cups. So this is like a wish come true to your heart. This is that beautiful, full, magnanimous heart where your heart is overflowing because you know you've received justice, you've been put into a right position, you've achieved your victory over this situation. And when that happens, you are focused on the Queen of Fire energy. So again, regardless of gender, this is about you stretching your wings, you being really confident in self, sharing your intelligence, sharing your grace, sharing your warmth with others from a very open heart. Nothing's blocking it because you've done the work to heal it and you've brought justice to the situation here. So this is about you stepping into a new chapter. This is new chapter energy. Let's get some advice cards for you, beautiful Sagittarius. What does Sag need to know, Spirit, as guidance or advice regarding this energy for the Leo new moon? For our Sag, please. Here we go. Oh, look at that, Sagittarius. Perhaps what you're doing here is clearing space and preparing your heart space. So a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. This could be, this is not only necessarily partnership, and I don't see a lot of partnership. Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to get this card that just fell down so I can make sure I shuffle the full deck for you, my darlings. Bear with me. I'm going to keep talking while you do this, though. But what I was saying is the card, a new romantic cycle begins, is really about bringing harmony into a situation where you can move into that Ace of Cups. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm using this card. I think that was purposeful, Sag, but I will pull you a second card. And no, I'm not giving you favoritism. I just am feeling called to do it. So let's get an advice card or a message for our Sagittarius collective for this reading, Spirit. Go. Yes, darling. Okay. I'm really feeling that for some of you, you're going through this really deep experience, and what you're doing is healing your heart, and your heart is opening back up. Now, whether this is leading you into a new partnership, into balance and harmony with your soul tribe, with a business endeavor, maybe this is simply a new chapter of your life that you are now in love with life. Maybe this truly is a new person coming in your life, right? We have got this again, mirror who or what is triggering you and answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Okay, Sagittarius, what is the soul calling you to do? Mirror, the trigger, I believe, has everything to do with whatever this energy is that we were discussing that's been unjust, that you are working through some shadow period, potentially resisting, going inward. But the advice and the whole message of this reading for you, my beautiful Sag, is for you to no longer fight against the healing. Allow yourself to bring your own love. Pour your self-love into yourself. Open up in whatever form feels the best for you, whether that's through prayer, meditation, journaling, getting in nature and just getting really quiet. But take the time to heal, because that is where you are going to be led to your victory. And Spirit is telling you loud and clear, stop resisting, do this work. Justice is already yours. The whole thing's protected. You don't need to resist your feelings. You don't need to resist doing the healing work because you're trying to balance something else out. That's already being done for you in the background. This is being taken care of by your angelic team, by your spirit team, whatever you believe. So you are meant to take care of you right now. And that's the biggest message. Your reading's quite different from a lot of the rest, but I wish you beautiful healing. If there's anything else I can do for you, a personal reading, I'll link that below. But you are moving through this, and you deserve to pour into yourself. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you deserve this. Whatever is triggering you is showing you the way inside to what hurts. So that's where you begin. You sit with what hurts, and then you turn over the stone. Well, why does that hurt? Am I angry about this? Well, anger is a secondary emotion. Why am I feeling angry? Does that make me feel left out? Does it make me feel betrayed, used, lied to? Right? This is how we do that. You get curious and you continue to turn over the stone. You find one trigger and you look underneath that trigger. Well, what else is there? There might be a whole daggum ecosystem you haven't even looked at, right? But this is how we do it. And when we do that, what you're doing is you're clearing your space, you're stepping into your alignment, you're stepping into your higher version of self, and you're going to have this overflowing magnetic energy that just becomes you. All right, darlings. This went a little bit longer than the rest, but I hope it was helpful. If this resonated and you've hung out, please hit that like button. You have no idea how much it means to me. It truly helps my algorithm, and it's free. It's easy to do. Comment, let me know what you're going through if you would like to. If this is of resonance, I would love to know that. Also, hit that subscribe button. It helps me to tune into your energy more specifically, helps me to grow my channel, and I'm really wanting to go live, but I need the subscribers to do so. But when I get there, you better bet we're going to have some fun, and I'm going to reward all of my subscribers. All right, take care, Sagittarius. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.